Check out G2A.com for great gaming deals and use code Hatton for a discount.
Hello, welcome to Hatton Games. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different video. I just want to break down a game that was played yesterday between G2 and SK. SK managed to take, I think it was 12 rounds on the T side, so G2's CT side of cash was just absolutely horrendous, and I thought I'd just break it down and have a look at why it was so bad. So G2 win the knife and they obviously pick the CT side. Their setup at the start is literally just two sort of on B. You can see RPK is back checkered and you've got one mid and 2A. Scream's on his own in middle, literally just playing the sandbags position. But it's going to fall down to, I'll speed this up a little bit so you can see what's going on. It's going to be down to RPK. Now as they try and split B, Existence does move off, so Existence is totally gone from B now. You see it's just RPK at the back here, and it's all down to him on the pistol round. Unfortunately, he does go down straight away, and that leaves the site fully open to SK. Now, Existence tries, you see just there, Existence tries to push through the smoke, gets wrecked, and now it's a 5v2. 2v5 for G2, not much hope in the world. And the pistol round does end up going their way. So the only bad thing about that was the fact that RPK was just left on his own. The moment that anything happened at mid, Existence rotated out of B and RPK had it all to do from the back of checkered and he just couldn't do it. He got overwhelmed, jumping Glocks in his face, and that was the whole site in the hands of SK for not really much. And it's quite hard to retake this B site, especially without any utility. You'll see here that Scream does actually manage to almost win the round. I mean, he brings it down to a 2v1, 1v2 for him. Gets 3 kills, but doesn't end up winning at all. It's a really tough situation. So the next 2 rounds are going to be ecos coming out of the G2 side, and that'll bring us to 3 rounds on the board for SK. So here we go with the first buy round. You see everyone is on M4s. There is no ult for Smiths just yet. He hasn't got really good enough money to do so. What does end up happening is G2 try and contest A main with a pop flash. They do it twice and it just doesn't work out. The setup from SK, you'll see they're coming into A main now. Here comes the pop flash. 2 of them are playing anti-flash, so they're not going to get blind, and Shox does eventually go down. Now, after losing a player, what G2 do decide to do is they try to contest it again. So you see RPK is rotating. He's going to be the man to flash everyone in here. You'll see Freeze doesn't actually get blind from this flash, and he's going to get another pick onto the G2 side. So straight away, that's 2 members of the G2 side dead. Partially because of let's pause it. Partially because of the setup from SK. I mean, the flash was good. I think the first flash did actually blind Freeze and he couldn't see. But obviously if they're playing anti-flash, you've got 2 members of SK playing anti-flash and they can just instantly turn around and kill you. So Shox went down first and then the second flash just wasn't good enough. It went too deep and Freeze was able to get an easy kill onto Smiths. That leaves G2 in a 3v5. And it's 1 minute and 10 seconds that SK can play with in this round. And this is the first buy round already. And they're just off to a terrible start. What ends up happening is they do rotate towards the B site. And Existence here does actually manage to get himself a kill. He does that cheeky smoke, which allows him to get a little angle. But he does just push through this and get a kill. Here we go. He'll get a kill on Magisk Boy. But this means that the whole of the B site is literally just SK's. They smoke CT and they have full control of the round. Smoke upper, smoke CT. And this is pretty much a 1 round for the SK side. G2 are saving their weapons for the next round. So in round 5, because they saved those 3 weapons, G2 are forcing up. They've got all their weapons, they've got all the utility that they do need. Smiths is the only one with a 5-7, but on this round, they do decide to actually contest A main again. Despite what happened last round, Existence pulls it out of the bag. He's got a double Molotov strat that he likes to do. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. We'll see what happens. They threw 1 flash in, Molotov through the back. Scream fails his Molotov. His Molotov was supposed to go on the box. And now look, that flashbang from Shocks was thrown back from quad. That comes all the way in. You might not think it doesn't look like it was perfect, but it actually was. That was the perfect flashbang to get Frizz in his position, as well as the two players that were playing anti-flash, but because of the Molotovs this round, I think they were a bit more disorientated. I think they saw the first flash that came in, that was by existence, it hit the ledge. They thought that might have been the flash. Shocks throws one and then a second flash, so they're not expecting this. They do get blinded. Frisk, however, does kill Scream, and Magic's Boy does actually get a kill onto existence. Totally blind. This is how unlucky G2 were in this round. I'll show you from their perspectives now. So here we are with Frisk, and he's going to be setting up with the AWP. He is just spotting the same angle as last round. Molotov comes in, flash comes in, he gets blinded, and again, second flash and he's fully blind. But look at that, he picks up the kill onto Scream. What more can you do there? From Magic's Boy's perspective, he is one of the players playing anti-flash. So he comes in, he sees the Molotov, and he's totally disorientated, flashes are coming in, totally blind, and gets the kill onto existence. Just incredibly lucky from the SK side. And obviously with this push, you know, they're going to be pushing on to the A, but something interesting does actually happen. Shocks in this situation comes up huge, just with his MP9. So he manages to dodge two flashes that are going to be coming in. 1, 2, and he gets a kill onto Cillian. Does good damage to Pimp, and this allows RPK here, who's in the perfect position just to... So Shocks set him up in the perfect position to just do a tremendous amount of damage. He ends up getting a 3k. Gets 1, 2, and this last kill was really good. He needed that last kill. So this leaves it in a 2 versus 1, despite what happened, despite all of the fails early on in the round. RPK and Shocks managed to bring it back, and this leaves it all to Moddy. Now, unfortunately, Moddy does actually clutch this one. He plays it very well. He hears him coming up onto the site, checks the bomb, has so much time, and now he kills the bomber, ends up going down, but he wins the round. So, despite G2 being in a 2 versus 1, they still lose that, having to play the retake. Moddy played that very well. A 4k for RPK there, but it wasn't enough. So in this round, SK do actually go for some fast mid control, and G2 do have a double stack at the sandbags. Scream gets a nice kill, but then is traded, and in this situation, they shouldn't be looking at sandbags. Like, they shouldn't be expecting Shocks in his position here. Shocks has the advantage, and he fails it. You'll see how he fails. An easy kill that he should have got. We'll speed it up, and you'll see now Frizz coming around that corner, and Shocks just totally whiffs. And in this situation, I mean, Shocks sort of just lost the round here with that kill, because it gives so much control for the SK members at middle, and Moddy has always been the player that's getting some sunroom control, so they can do a B split if they want to, and the only person that is on B is, of course, Existence, and we'll see what he can do here, but I'll let you guys know that it's not a lot. And they do end up losing this round as well. So we'll move it up. He does throw a smoke and a flashbang. He gets 1 kill, I believe. Yeah, there we go, 1 kill. And then he goes down. In that situation, that's probably, you know, that's good enough for Existence in that situation. That leaves a 2v... Well, that was a 2v3. Smiths gets a kill onto Freeze, who was just running around with a bomb. RPK goes down, and now Smiths is left in a 1 versus 2. And with that smoke at the CT spawn, it's not looking good, and he does end up actually just saving this weapon to keep the AWP into the next round. So to summarise that round, it really was, again, just Shocks at the sandbags. He made the fail, really. If you're going to be double stacking anywhere, if you're baiting a teammate and they're playing the same position as you, like Scream got a kill onto one at the boost. That was perfect from him, but then Shocks really did have to get that kill onto Freeze, who was literally just walking up, and he wasn't expecting anyone at the sandbag area. So that round was down to Shox' positioning and his aim, really. He didn't really react to that fast enough. So here we go with the 7th round. G2 are on their full money loss bonus. They've got the full cash coming in. So Smiths is able to get his AWP. This round, though, SK do set up for a B execution straight away. We're going to go over to Existence and RPK here. You'll see the full squad of SK are set up for B, and it's literally just a default from G2. They're not aware of what's going on. They've not pushed for any intel. And we'll slow this down. So the smokes and Molotovs come out. RPK, though, comes up huge in this round. Look at that. The amount of damage he does in that situation is just insane. He gets 3 kills and pretty much wins the round for G2 there. Existence does fall back out of that position. He's low HP, so it's better to stay alive in that situation. And this is pretty much a 1 round for the G2 side. Shox gets a kill. And I believe the last guy on site is Freeze, and Freeze is low HP. That was from RPK as well. So you see the amount of damage RPK did in that situation. That was just crazy. Stuck at the back of Checkered. Actually, you think that because they were just both one at the back of Checkered, one in the vent. You think that if SK did the full B exec, that they'd win. You think they'd win that round. So it was an interesting one. Glad that they won it, but it was pretty much all down to one individual play from RPK, just doing tremendous damage from the back of Checkered there. It's important to note that that round they had 4 players actually survive. They got their first round on the board, so they're trying to build a bit of money with that. 4 players staying alive and not dying does always help. On this round, I believe that SK do tend to, they go B on this one. So we're looking at the clock now. It's literally been a default from SK. It's 1 minute and 15 seconds left. Not much has been happening. There's been no engagements at all. But you'll see that SK are grouping up towards that boost, and Modi is already in the sunroom. So they will be working towards a B. They've mollied the vent, and Scream is now all on his own at middle, trying to do some damage, but it's really risky staying here. Holding middle on yourself at this point in the game is just totally risky, and he is going to be dropping back. I believe he goes back to connector and then ends up going back to B, which is where the hit is actually in place. And you'll see here LPK and Existence stacked in the same corner. Now let's just reiterate the importance of when you're stacking in a corner. We saw it at middle at the sandbags. If you are the player, if you're RPK, you have to be getting more than 1 kill in this situation. Or just getting 1 kill is fine, but getting more would just like win you the round. So here comes the smoke into CT. The B execute, Molotov onto the headshot position. There we go, it's coming in now. Scream gets a nice smoke kill, by the way, that was sick. But here we go. Existence gets a kill. RPK doesn't get anything from that position, despite being in the same position that Existence just was. And it didn't look like Modi was ready for that. Modi had to react, whereas RPK knew that they were coming. He knew the exact positioning from where Existence just died. That should have been a kill, and that should have been at least... That would have been maybe 3 versus 2. 3v2, he could have got another kill after that one as well, because he's in a really awkward position on the site. You know, SK have to push up either headshot lane or just onto the site to actually contest him. So he did really bad in that situation. I honestly think that is what sort of lost them this round. You have to do better in that situation. So here we have a retake. I believe Smith unfortunately dies in that duel, and that just makes it super hard for both Shox and Scream to do anything. They do actually go and contest this though. Scream comes in and he faces site, and I believe Shox gets the trade kill. So here you go, Scream goes down, and Shox knows that he's low, gets 1 kill, does a really good job here actually. He gets a 2nd kill, that's a 6th shot onto a Magic Spy on site. And he just locks the bomb in hope that he's going to win that round, but he doesn't. And that's another loss for G2, making it 7-1 in favour of SK Gaming. So here comes the buy, and this is the point in the game where, because they won that round before, they get money reset, and they had to take that eco. So if they lose this now, it's just going to be super awkward, and they have to win, basically. So look what's happening. So they've left the A site. The A site is completely open. They've decided to put 3 players towards B in some sort of effort to control the B main, because Modi has always been getting control of Sunroom for free every round. There's been no contention from G2 at all to try and stop him getting there. There's been no aggressive pushes. So I like what they're doing here. This is really good. But the way that they go about it is absolutely shocking. You'll just see. This is unbelievable. I can't believe this is just happening. So watch Smiths. Smiths comes up with the AWP. Totally fine. Watches the corner. The smoke goes down. Now, what's he doing in this situation? He's on his own. The smoke is going down. He's pushing through a smoke, making some Stewie 2K plays, and it doesn't work out for him. Can you imagine why? It's just ridiculous. He comes out here with your... and he's dead. That's like the easiest kill from Modi. I mean, Modi must have been laughing at this situation, and it is really sad to see this happen, because I do love G2. I love the team, but this just can't be happening at this level of play. You see when he was pushing out of the smoke, both Existence and RPK was boosting his Existence into the vent. There was no one with them. There was no flash off the back of that smoke push. There was no one up close to even get the trade kill. Now that Smiths has gone down to get the AWP back, it's literally just nothing. And you watch what happens. They get stuck into the checkered. They literally get trapped in checkered, and they lose the round. Existence, for whatever reason, he goes back into the checkered. At this point, he should just be going back to the site. He goes for a spot and jumps into the whole team, loses that duel. I mean, to be honest, he probably felt in that situation he had to go for that duel, but it just didn't work out for him, because at that point he had really no option. He can't get out of checkered. Because you're going to die, may as well try and take one down with you. I understand what he's thinking there. And now it's just RPK, and he's obviously trapped as well. He throws a flashbang to try and get a peek, goes for the duel and loses that. So now look at this, 2 versus 5. 2 versus 5, and the whole of SK, they've got a whole... 2 versus 4, sorry. The whole of SK have got like a minute to do whatever they want. And look what happens, they go back... They end up going back around to A. Scream's on the upper, and he gets taken out. So Scream's been taken out. Shoxy has a gun, and it's a 1v4. I don't think Shox is going to win this round, and I'm pretty much putting this one down to him being very, very tilted or just frustrated at the game. He actually tries to go for this retake, and he dies. There you go, that's just like money down the drain. His M4's gone, diffuse kit, armour, and their money's not in a good place at the moment. So really bad play and bad decision making from G2. It just seems like at this point they are totally out of the game, and here they are taking a tactical pause, which is good. I mean, they certainly need to be talking, getting the comms going after that round, because that was just absolute shambles. So after their tactical pause, they did go for 1 eco, and now they are on a full buy. No AWP for Smiths though, still can't afford an AWP, but we do have rifles and a lot of utility on the rest of the G2 members. In this round, you'll see that SK aren't really doing anything at the start, they're just doing their normal default, and you'll probably see around about now, around about the 1 minute mark, they do set up for their usual mid control. So you'll see a smoke wall come into connector. Scream was spotting middle. You'll see that he did rotate off. He just rotated off without actually spotting anyone. And I think that was because of the reaction from Modi's smoke, maybe. If Modi threw that smoke from the sunroom here. That might have been why he just turned, but I'm not sure. Smoke goes out of connector, and he has no info really on what is going on at mid. So we go, flash goes out, he spots two players going towards the vent really, and you can see already that RPK and Existence are in position and ready for this push. Let's see what happens from their point of view. It looks like they're doubling up again. No, they're not. Okay, Molly comes out as usual. Existence, smoke and a flash. And let's slow this down. So here we go, smoke. Existence actually gets a Molly kill. I want to watch Scream though from this point perspective. See here, this is what frustrates me. So the Molly's come out. Existence gets a kill from the Molly. RPK's on site, he gets a kill from one playing headshot. Now, there's no need for Scream. I know Scream's like he's smoked out. He probably feels like he has to just push onto the site and actually help his team out. If you get those 2 kills at the start, that's a 4v3, and even then, Existence might get another kill on the site on his own. But like a 4v3 retake with Scream alive is much better than, you know, just a lower retake. It'll be a 2v2 now if Existence dies, and I think he does. We'll see. He sees the guy headshot there, doesn't make the peak though, and he has to face again, and he goes down. So we'll pause it again, and now look, it's 2 versus 3 retake. It's just so bad. It should have been 3v3 at the very least with Scream alive, and it's just so frustrating to see him make a very risky play through the CT smoke. I mean, it could work out and he'll look amazing and be like, oh wow, what a crazy push through the smoke. Kills probably 2 players because that guy was low. Could have got the next guy, but you'd have to make a really light turn around and get a sick 180 to pick up that. It's just not worth the risk. Like, the retake now is just super awkward for both Smiths and Shocks. And they obviously, you know, they end up losing the way this game's going. Who would have thunk it? So here we go. Shocks is moving up here. I'm going to speed this up. He gets a kill onto Freeze. And now it's a 2v2 on the site. And he's got 1 flash to use. Just goes off the back of that flash. And they both die. There you go. So another round, and that's got to be annoying. That has got to be annoying. 10-1 to 11-1. It's just getting out of control. Like, the CT side it's not going well. And it could go so much better with the retakes if you could just wait for your teammates to be in position. Things could be going a hell of a lot better for the G2 side. So here we go into round 13. The money is not good. We've got multiple FAMASes coming out. Smiths hasn't even got a proper gun. He's just got a 5.7. They look like they're going to go for the boost here, the run boost. But they do see 2 nades at A main, so they're going to assume that it's a rush. And this does end up being an A execute from the SK side. You'll see if we move across to middle. You'll see they have 3 going A main and 1 will come up the boost in just a second. So 3 A main, 1 door and 1 up the boost. The boost guy is going to be lurking and he is real pain. A real pain. Who is this? Yes, Magic's boy. He's a real pain in the side for the G2. So we'll see what happens. They've got 3 on the site here for this push that's going to inevitably come in. Who's that? Scream does go back to short though. So here we go. Smokes are coming. Smiths does 1 counter flash. I think Scream gets a smoke kill. Gets 1 smoke kill. Smiths loses his duel. And Shocks is stuck behind the smoke at Forklift. And I think he does get a kill on Asilian here, yeah. Asilian just throws his body at him for a smoke and dies. RPK there. Okay, RPK gets killed from Magic's boy, which was the flank. So that was the crucial kill from... That's what makes the flank worth it for SK. Just an easy kill in the back, and now Existence, you see how worried he is. He's like looking, he knows that there's 1 short and that this retake's going to be just incredibly hard again, just because of the positioning of SK. So Shocks is on the site. He does see 1 go back towards quad. Molly's takes a bit of damage from this AWP, and unfortunately goes down. Does a lot of damage though. Allows Existence to get that kill. But I believe Moddy just picks up the kill onto Existence despite being low HP. How frustrating must that be for the G2 side? Looking at the scoreboard, by the way, I don't normally read too much into the scoreboard because it doesn't reflect fully what's happening in the game, like tactically. But Smiths has only got 1 kill, so when it gets to that point, I mean, it's a little bit awkward. You can see that it's not going very well for the G2 side. Okay, so this round, SK actually go for a B execute straight off the bat. They've got one holding just mid, and everyone else is going towards B. They do the similar strat that G2 do. They do literally just copy G2's B execute, and RPK knows this. He's going to see the Molotovs coming out. He's going to throw his own smoke. I've slowed this down so you guys can see. Does get blinded, but he uses his smoke to actually hide inside of it, just on the very edge. And look at this. He's going to get 2 easy kills. One onto Asilian and the other onto Magisboy. Even with a FAMAS, he's doing work. And you'll notice, let's pause this because this is a crucial thing. Well, we can't really see it from here, this perspective. Yeah, here we go. We'll pause it now. So the CT smoke failed from here. So the one that you throw from outside of Sunroom, sometimes if you don't hit it pixel perfect, it'll fail. And that allowed Scream to get a freebie onto one of the members. I think it was Moddy. He got a kill onto. So that added up with RPK's wonderful play behind the smoke. He was able, well, GT were able to get an instant advantage. It's 4 versus 2. And they do end up winning this round. Like you can see, Pimp is just totally stuck in checkered. Frizz is stuck behind a smoke. And I think it is Smiths who actually pushes behind. He pushes behind in B main, gets an easy kill onto Freeze, and then Shox comes through the vent and cleans up Pimp. So there you go, boys. 2 rounds on the board. G2, CT side of Cash. Let's go. This is the final round of the half. Of course, there's only 1 round remaining. And on this one, I believe G2 go for a 2-2-1. So 2A, 2 at middle, and 1 at B. Existence does get a ridiculously amazing shot onto Moddy through the smoke here. Although it does look like there's a gap there, but on the playback on the stream, there wasn't a gap. It didn't look like there was a gap at all, so I'm not sure if that was just a bug smoke. But he gets a sick shot onto Moddy through that smoke, and then he does just fall back onto the site. So you see at middle, they've still got the 2 players at mid. Shox is playing close, and Scream is playing close. Now this is interesting because this is the first time that G2 have run this setup. Normally, it's always been Existence in the vent, and then Scream playing anywhere around sandbags, short, or connector. They've never played up close like this, so it does actually work out for them. SK get caught totally unaware, and you'll see what happens. So you've got Scream playing trash, and Shox is playing close by the vent. And we should see a flash coming in. So Molotov into the vent, that's standard stuff. Here comes the flash. Totally blind, but SK doesn't really capitalise on that flash, and that is an easy kill for Shox. And Scream takes a duel into the big garage, and he gets that kill as well. So at this point, it's pretty damn good. G2 have shut down the mid control, and that wasn't even hard. That wasn't a hard setup to do at mid, just to kill someone going off the boost. It wasn't really like a full out execution at mid from SK. It's just literally just one guy going up the boost on his own. So they're able to get that kill, and then a second kill, and obviously Existence got a lucky kill onto Moddy at the Sunroom. So this leads it into a 5 versus 2, and G2 do end up getting this round as well. You see Shox in the vent, gets up this kill, and I think he gets the last kill onto Pimp as well. Drops out of the vent, and he's going to face, and he gets that kill as well. So there you go. The 3rd round on the board for the G2 Kingwin side. Not the best CT half, I have to say. It was really depressing watching this on stream. Now the funny thing is, they actually come back to win this game. They have an amazing T side, much better than SK's. They have some amazing executes and stuff. I mean, you could say that they got unlucky on the CT side. Like some of the plays that were in A main, that was super unlucky. But for the most part, it was just literally stacking places. They stacked the sandbags, didn't get the trade kill. And the second kill that didn't come out, I think it was Shox. And there's RPK on site on the B. And there's just too many gun rounds that they were failing. And it was just too much. They were behind on money. SK beat them on economy. And they were able to pull 12 rounds. But like I said, they did win the game in the end, but you have to sort of just look at the mistakes and try and iron them out. As a G2 fan, I've been following Existence and his teams for far too long. I think back in the Source days, I just really wanted to see how it could go so totally wrong for a side like G2, of G2's caliber. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different. It's not a Silver Surfer kind of stuff, but let me know if you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoy doing these kind of things. Looking into the tactical side of CS is always fun. Leave a comment, leave a like, and have a bloody good day.